All right. I hate that it does that. Okay, we're gonna start this month off with a bang, guys, and I'm so excited for June. This month is gonna be absolutely incredible. I know that June is one of my favorite months of the year because it's the time that we get to get ahead. If we're the ones that are still working, if we're still showing up, if we're still running after the things that we want, June is that perfect month to go past those people that start to walk, that start to slow down. I know that I don't slow down in June. My team doesn't slow down in June. And so literally you get to go as fast as you want to go in this business, and you get to go and do the things that you want to do no matter what month it is. And so I know for me, June is a month of traveling and there's a lot of things going on. It's summer, the weather's awesome, but I still make my business a priority. So tonight we're going to give you, we have 4 different people chatting with you tonight, and we're going to go over some different things that we're doing and that we want to encourage you to do for getting this month ready and making sure that not only you start the month off strong, but that you continue the month strong and that you end the month strong. Okay. So we're not talking about just getting hyped for tonight. We're talking about carrying this in through the rest of the month. So put a 2 in the chat if you're like, give me all the tips. I'm ready to go. Give me all the things. I'm ready to run through the whole month of June, not just the first, and not just the 25th through the 30th, but through the 2nd through the 24th too. Okay. That's what I was talking to my team about this morning on a live video that I did. So I like to see y'all's faces. So hopefully y'all can still see my video, but I don't like to see me. I like to see y'all. So I wanted to just start off. So I made this post a couple of weeks ago in my team page, and this is what I wanted to go over tonight with y'all. Okay. So there are 5 things, 5 C's. If you were taking notes, you want to write this down, the 5 C's to promoting. This is what you need to know. Okay. So I know all of us are planning to promote this month. Even if you're brand new and you don't even know what a promotion is, I want you to claim a promotion, and that promotion is Ruby. That's the first promotion that you're going to hit. So I want every single one of us claiming a promotion this month, even if you feel like you're far away. We'll talk about that later. I want you claiming a promotion, because why would you not? Okay. Why would you not do that? So, yeah, I'm sure somebody will put these in the chat as I say them too, but make sure that you're taking notes if you want. So the first thing, 5 C's. Okay. Number 1, know that you're getting paid. Okay. The first C is commission qualified. Okay. Number 1, first C, commission qualified. Make sure you're getting paid. So do you have your auto ship set up? This is super simple. Go in your eSuite, go into the auto ship tab, grab 3 products that you want to try for yourself, and set that up to run some point this month by the 25th. Okay. The earlier, the better, so that you can see where your volume's at. But I want you getting those products, because here's what's going to happen when you do. Number 1, you're going to be a product of the product. You're going to start seeing your own results. You're going to have clearer skin. I don't have any makeup on right now. This is just my skin. This is just because of our products. I freaking love our skincare so much. I do have fake lashes, so that helps me out a little bit too, but I don't have anything on my face. So I love our skincare products. I've had longer hair because of these products. I've lost weight because of these products. I've gained confidence. I've had less stress. I've had more energy. And I get so excited about these products because I'm using them. If y'all talk to me about the coffee, I could talk your ear off about the coffee because I love the coffee. Tanya's nodding her head. I bet Tanya uses the products and she loves the coffee too. Okay. If you're using the coffee, you're excited about it. What do you do when you're excited about something? You talk about it. So it's going to make it so much easier for you to do this business when you're using the product. You're going to be excited. You're going to be talking about it, sharing it on your story every day. So and this is going to help you to get loud about what you're using. You're also going to be able to get paid. We talked about that already. Getting commission qualified means that you're automatically getting paid for all the work that you're putting in. And that's why we joined this business, isn't it? To get paid, to make that extra income. So I don't know about you, but I want to make sure that I am doing whatever I can to get that paycheck. So I'm going to make sure I'm commission qualified. So I'm always running my 80 BV auto shipment. So make sure you grab 3 products you want to try. If you're not sure which 3 to try, text your enroller and ask them what 3 are their favorite, and they can give you some recommendations. Okay. So make sure that you go in and do that tonight. Okay. And then that way you can have that set up. So number 1, commission qualified, super simple. Know that you're going to get paid. Number 2, the second C, your chart. Know what you need. Okay. Know you're getting paid, and then know what you need. That's your chart. Your chart is your map. It's your roadmap. Okay. Think about it this way. If you're going to go from where you are right now to a place that you've never been before, and you don't use Google Maps, and I live in Michigan, so let's just say I'm trying to go to California, okay? And I've never been to this spot in California before, but I just know it's west. I just need to head west. Do you think that I'm going to get to that exact spot in California as fast as I could if I wasn't using a map? No. So if I'm going the direction, but I don't know exactly where I'm going and I'm trying to follow the signs, but I don't really know exactly where to go, I'm running into a lot of construction because I have no idea where I'm headed, it's going to either not ever take me to that destination, or it's going to take me so much longer because I don't have a map. Your chart is your roadmap. If you want to know how to get somewhere that you've never been before, AKA whatever promotion that you're going for, you've got to have your roadmap out. You've got to have your chart out, and not just out, but updated. Guys, whenever I was going triple diamond, this is a funny story. I was going triple diamond. I had this ratty triple diamond chart. I took it everywhere with me. It went to dinner with me. If someone was telling me that they got a customer, I was writing it down, and it had barbecue sauce all over it because I was at dinner and I was writing all my stuff down. And then I went to this CrossFit competition called Regionals. It's definitely not competing in it. I was just watching. But I had my triple chart with me, and I was sitting there at this table, and I remember getting phone calls from my people that were going diamond. And I was like, where are you at? What did you sign today? And they were like, okay, we got this and this and this. This box is done. I didn't have anything to write with in my purse because I had left them all in the hotel room after whatever I was doing my charts the night before. So I used lip gloss on that chart. So there was lip gloss. Like I was doing anything, mascara, like anything that I had on in my purse to be able to do that chart, because guys, it meant that much to me. Do you think I went triple that month? Yep, sure did. Because I was so committed. I had my chart out. I had it updated. I was serious about it. It wasn't just something that I was hanging up to make it look all cute in my house, like triple diamond. I had that sucker in my pocket. It was in my purse. I had lipstick stains, barbecue sauce. Like it was all everywhere with me. I was constantly updating it. Okay. So making sure that you have your chart updated, that you ask your enroller if you don't know how to update your chart, you need to know where you're at. So make sure that you have your chart with you. Make sure that you know where you're going and that you know how to get there. Okay. Your charts are all in your eSuite under document library. If you're brand new and you're like, okay, well, apparently I'm going Ruby. I didn't even know what that was when I got on here. So Ruby, here we come. What does that mean? Okay. Where is that chart? Go to eSuite, go to document library, search the word Ruby, print that chart out. If you don't have a printer, draw it. I will take a napkin. That's fine. If you want to draw your chart on a napkin, as long as you have it out. Okay. That's how serious I am. So that's the first and the second one. So again, the first one is know you're getting paid. So that's commission qualified. Number 2, know what you need. That's your chart. Number 3, know your key players. That is communicate. Number 3 is communicate. So who are the people that you're promoting with? If you're going Ruby, that's your 300-400 boxes that you have on your chart. Those are your key players. If you are going Emerald, it's your 2 rubies and so on and so forth. Okay. But what I want you to remember is that a lot of times your key players are hidden deep within your charts. So what that means is that if you're going diamond and you have an emerald and a ruby, that emerald might not be showing up, but those rubies are showing up, and therefore 100 boxes are showing up. Guess what? Those are your key players. If you can't count on that emerald, you're working with the people below them and you're helping those people promote because they are worth it too. And just because there are 400 box on your chart does not mean that we treat them differently than the person going emerald. We want to see every single person be as successful as they want to be in our business. Okay. So we're going to help every single one of them, but you have to communicate with them what their goal is. If you have somebody that's a 400 box, you're going to let them know, hey, let's get 400 in customer sales, but I want you to get a Ruby chart out. I want you enrolling distributors, because guess what? Whenever they go Ruby, they're automatically a 400 box, but we don't want to limit them to that just because that's where they're at. We want to help them go Ruby. Okay. If this is going over some of your heads because you're like, I'm not quite there yet, just know in the future, you're going to work with the people who want this. Okay. It kind of makes sense. It's common sense. Work with the people who are working and run with the people who are running. So don't forget that those people are your key players, even if they're deep down in your downline. So don't worry if they're not the person that's the emerald or the ruby on your chart. Anybody that's replying to you, putting in your effort, showing up consistently, pour your time into those people who earn it. Okay. Love is given freely. Your time is earned. Give your time to those who earn it and continue to earn it. That means if I tell you, hey, get that chart out. I know you want to go Ruby. Let's get that chart out. And it takes them a week and a half to get their chart out. They probably don't really want it as badly as they say they do. So we're going to have another conversation about what took them so long. What was going on? Was it fear? Let's talk about that. But if they're just not making it a priority, you have to remember that your time is earned. Okay, because you're eventually going to have a team so big that you can't give your same time to everybody. And you have to decide who that time goes to. Love is given, time is earned. Okay. Number 4, almost done. Know your circle. That's community. Okay. So we have commission qualified, chart, communicate, community. Different. Okay. Community. So community, who are you surrounding yourself with on a daily basis? I know all of us leaders have been talking so much about our circle lately. So I want us to be thinking about who is in your circle. And if you're like, oh, my husband's in my circle, my kids are in my circle, that's it. Okay, you need a new circle. And I'm not saying get rid of your old circle. I'm saying that you need to level up your circle. You need to find people around you who are pushing for the same things that you are, who are excited about this business, because you can have people that aren't in this business as friends. I have a ton of them that don't do this business, but I also have a lot who do, because I need people who are going to push me and say, you can do it. You can go ambassador. I know you feel far, but I want you to push for it. You're going to go for it. You're going to run. And then I'm going to have days where I feel discouraged. Of course I am. Who's ever felt discouraged in this business? Who's ever felt discouraged as a mom? Who's ever felt discouraged as a wife? Who's ever felt discouraged at their job? Okay. So I saw a lot of extra hands go up when I said the wife thing. I'm just kidding. But literally we feel discouraged during anything. Like, that's just so normal. It's a part of life. And so I don't want you to get too hung up on that. But what that's going to do is when you have a circle surrounding you, you go to those people in those times where you feel discouraged with a solution mindset and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Have you ever felt that way too? And what did you do when you did? And of course they felt that way. We all have. So they're going to be able to pull you out of their rut, because maybe they're having a great day when you're feeling down, and they're going to be able to help you pull that out so that you have that minute, not a season, where you feel down for a moment, not for a month. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have a circle surrounding us. So who are the people that are in this business, but not in your upline and not in your downline, meaning not the one who enrolled you and not the people that you enrolled, but who are there to push you and encourage you to be your best? Guess what? If you're like, I don't know anybody in this business, getting on Zooms like this is a great way to start. That is, or ask your enroller and say, hey, who's somebody else is running for Ruby? I'm brand new and I just got my shopping spree and I'm all about Ruby. So what do I need to do and who can I team up with? And we'll help you team up with somebody. We want to show you somebody that you can find that's going to be able to push you and have that circle around you. Okay. So pay attention to those chats. Ask your enroller to put you with somebody else on a different team that's running for the same promotions with the same efforts, because that's important too. And then making sure that you have people pour into you as you also pour into them. Okay. Don't just be a leech. Make sure you're pouring into them too. It's a give and take relationship, not a take and take. You're a friend and you want to build them up and look for other ways to serve them too. Okay. So this is a mutual friendship. So you're making sure that you're pouring into them and they're pouring into you. And that's how friendships are created. Okay. So making sure that you have a circle. If you don't even have a circle right now, get one. And maybe right now, some of you have a circle and you're thinking, man, I probably need to level up my circle. Or you're wondering, should I level up my circle? If you're asking yourself that, the answer is probably yes. So I want you to think about, who am I surrounding myself with? I know I've had conversations with people in my leader team who they were talking about, like, they were like, ever since you've been talking about leveling up your circle, I've been very aware of the things that the people around me are saying and what they're doing. And it's not conducive to the things that I want in my business or in my life. And so I'm going to make sure that I'm separating myself from those people to an extent and finding people that are doing the things that I want to do so that I can have those people in my circle. So make sure that you're doing that too. Okay. Yes, Charlie, I love that so much. Okay. Last one, number 5, know your vision. And that is clear. So number 5 is clear. Number 1 is commission qualified. Number 2 is chart. Number 3 is communicate. Number 4 is community. And number 5 is clear. Talking about our vision. Okay. You have to get clear on what you want. And we're going to talk more about this too. Mikkel's going to talk a lot more about vision. Savannah's going to talk a lot more about charts and things like that. So you have to get clear on your vision, because at the end of the day, when you know your why, the how takes care of itself. Because I know so many of us set out for these goals and we're like, okay, I'm pushing for diamond, for ruby, for emerald, for double. I'm going for my shopping spree. How is that going to happen? That's the very next question we ask ourselves, right? I don't want you to worry about the how, because if you know why that's important to you, the how is going to take care of itself. I was talking to a girl today. She's a brand new distributor. Her name's Morgan. So I know she's on here. So shout out to her. But she was talking to me about it today, and she said, I want to stay at home with my kids. I have a 10-month-old son, and I'm a kindergarten teacher, and I stayed at home with him for my maternity leave, and I'll get to stay home with him this summer, and I never want to go back to work. This needs to work for me. And I said, okay, let's talk about some small goals on the way to that big goal so that you have something to work for on your way to getting that ultimate goal of staying home with him. And so she said, and I was talking to her about, I was like, you're going to have hard days. You're going to have days you feel discouraged and disappointed. I want you to let me know about that. We're going to talk about it, all those things. And she said, I'm never going to give up on my kid. And I said, you might give up on the $3,000 a month, but you will never give up on your kids. And that's what I want you to have. I want you to have an attachment to the money, because she's going to give up on $3,000 when it gets hard, but she will never give up on her son, even when it gets hard. Okay. I know you mamas would say the same thing. Like, you would never give up on your kid or your husband or whatever it is, just because things get hard. So I want y'all to have a real strong why, like not just, $500 a month, but for what? What will that do for you? And have that clear vision of what you want. The how is going to take care of itself. She didn't ask one time, how do I do that? She just said, I know what I want. You tell me what to do. I'm going to go do it. And there was no how, and the how is going to take care of itself. So make sure that you remember that, because whenever you know what you're fighting for, it doesn't matter how you get there. You'll figure it out and you'll make it work. And the game changes whenever you know what you're fighting for. That's where discipline comes in, because you start to work based on what you want and not on how you feel. And that's the difference in the people who are successful, because everybody wants success, but not everybody gets it, because not everybody is willing to be disciplined. And the ones who are disciplined because they have a clear vision. Okay. So I want you to get a clear vision. So that is all that I have to share. So I think Savannah is going to go next. I asked you to unmute yourself, and then I'll spotlight your video. So you should be good to go. Oh, did it work? There we go.
Hey.
Hi.
If I go back to like this view, does it change it for everyone else or just for me?
I'm on gallery view.
Okay.
I think you're good.
Okay. I like to talk to everybody, not just me. It creeps me out. Okay.
Same.
Hi guys. It is an honor to be here tonight. I'm so excited to pour into my team. I also feel just a full energy shift, you guys. Like waking up this morning, it was like a fog was lifted. I don't know, like last month it was weird on so many people and there was just so much life hitting, but God just literally laid it on my heart that it was over. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like that season now is over. And so if you were feeling really defeated, you felt like maybe, you were pushing so hard and didn't get where you wanted to go, that defeat is over. Okay. We are now being blessed and we're moving forward in those blessings. So I just wanted to claim that over every single one of you. Honestly, for my team and Mikkel's, if you guys were going to hop off to get on that Power 30 with Christy, don't just let us know that you were on this. And then we can count that and we'll make your points count. So I wanted to make sure that that was mentioned. And then you guys, we're just going to kind of hop into it. I want to first see what ranks you're going for. So in the comments, I want to see what we're going for. Are we going for rubies, emeralds, diamonds, double, triple? Pour it on me so I know who I'm talking to, what you're running for. I love the tips that Morgan shared tonight. Okay. A lot of my tips are going to really kind of go off every single one of those. It was funny because we were comparing notes and, a lot of it is basically the same. And that really just goes to show you that this business is so simple. Like we're totally different people. We've hung out together, but we haven't really sat down and deciphered what she does, what I do, nothing. But we're both successful and we're both making this business work. And so I really want you guys to see that. It doesn't matter how long you've been in. It doesn't matter your ups and downs, right? It just matters that you continuously go forward. Okay. And you have to be clear on that. So first off tonight, I want to talk about charts, just like my girl over here, Morgan. Okay. So honestly, you guys, you have to have a chart. And just like Morgan said, if you don't have a chart, you have no idea where you're going. You're going to be placing blindly and then you're going to fall short. Okay. And the reality of it is when you have that chart in front of you, and I love what she was saying, because I didn't have this down, but same exact thing. Anytime I'm going to, any rank, double, triple, ambassador, diamond, right? If I have someone on my team, I'm so excited about them going diamond, right? I have multiple copies of their chart. I get joy out of charting them. Like today I sent my husband to Walmart. That was his job today. And he bought me a whole thing of ink, and I chart on my computer now too, but I also print charts. And we just printed 50 pages of charts, and I sat there and charted. And you guys, these are the months when you start like that you finish so strong. Like last month, I started with a vacation. Like I was out of town for 15 days. Like my mindset by the time I got home was like, because I was back home to life. And I know you guys understand, because you go 3 days without working this business. 3 days, you get sick, you have something go on, you have vacation, whatever, right? And by the time that third day hits, you don't really necessarily want to go do the things. You don't want to go message anymore because you're out of habit and you're out of routine. Okay. So today marks that energy shift to where the rest of the summer is routine, right? It doesn't matter how late the baby was up. It doesn't matter if you were up all night. You're waking up for that power hour, right? You are committing to your goals, right? And that's going to be the difference between what you did last month and what you did this month. Okay. So with the charts, I think it's really important to not wait for your enroller to send you a chart. If you have the luxury of your enroller charting for you, feel very blessed. Okay. For my team and my girls, I teach you how to chart, and then you fail forward and you learn as you go. Right. But you also need to try. If you don't know what you're doing, we don't want you to just pretend but you at least have to try. Print the chart out and send it to your enroller blank. If that's all you know, that's where we can start with. But just printing it out and sending it and being like, look, I printed out my Ruby chart. I printed out my diamond chart. What's next? We're gonna be like, okay, this girl's a runner. Like she wants this. Like she wants to go Ruby, right? And you're not going to understand the details along the way. You're just not. But if you're excited about that chart and every day you're on your stories doing a boomerang with it and being just super corny with it and up late working for that chart, checking off those boxes, talking about how you have 3 spots left and then they're filled. You guys, these are all those little tips and tricks along the way that are going to get creating that momentum around you to where people are just going to start coming to you. And it's going to be good people that are working, that want to work. Okay. Sometimes I think that we get wrapped up in just getting stories out that we forget that these people, like if we just are genuine in our stories just a little bit more, you don't have to have as many. You don't. Like if you are genuine in your story about your coffee or it's you on there, right? That's going to go so much farther than just a cute little before and after story that people are just clicking like this to get through. Okay. So that actually leads me to my next tip. Where did I write this down? Because I don't want to mess it up. But essentially, you guys, every single day I've gotten to ambassador essentially from double, because when coffee launched, I was maintaining a double diamond using coffee and greens. I have great personal results, and I've had multiple results multiple times because I've had 3 kids in this business. 2. Why did I say 3? Holy crap. I had my 2 and then we've had 2 more. So I've had 2 extra weight loss journeys with the greens and the coffee. Okay. And so I can tell you that is key. If you're just starting in this business and you're wondering, how do I get results immediately? How do I propel my business towards immediate, fast gratification money now? Okay. It's showing yourself using the products and then getting results. And I'm going to tell you, you might start the product and you're like, well, I'm not getting results in a week or a month. I don't know. Guess what? I was kind of there last year. I really was. I was kind of at this plateau and I was actually gaining weight. Oh my gosh. So I had my 4th baby. I lost a lot. I felt really good. And then we went out of town and all like life happened and the holidays, and I got on the scale and I was like, holy crap, like this is not going in a good direction. Right. And so I had to reevaluate. And instead of just relying on the product, I stepped up and went to the gym. Some of you guys might not have that luxury, but again, that actually improved my mental state by getting up, getting moving. My results started to come in faster. If you can't go to a gym, go take a walk, get outside, show yourself doing a YouTube video. You might feel like a fool, But guess what? Anybody else that does it feels like a fool too, but you're going to inspire other people to get healthy. They're going to be seeing you using the products. You're going to sell more products, right? And you can't go ruby, diamond, double without sales. So really invest in yourself. And that just goes hand in hand with being commission qualified. What 3 products are you going to be using to get your results, to get yourself commission qualified, to sell more products, right? And again, this goes with hacks for me. I only do coffee hacks. And so when people are interested and I have them at that hook and hanger with the price, I send them my results. That's the very next thing that I send them. And I'm like, look, this is what I did in 3 months. You know, you want this. And they're like, that's you. And I'm like, yeah, dude, look at my page. Like, I've been doing this 6 years. And they're like, oh, wow, that is you. And then they're like, okay, here's my credit card. So you have to kind of just have those results sometimes in your back pocket. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be 40 pounds like me, right? It could be 10 pounds. It can be literally a 5-pound cleanse. Okay. But people just want to see you using it and then sharing your results. Okay. So that's a huge tip for this month. And I'm actually going to go into something new and different. And I don't love to reinvent the wheel. Like I said, I've gone ambassador just using coffee and greens. But I'm going to tell you, I haven't loved using the greens on the go because I was the canister person. So I've phased into trying the tea and I really like the tea. And I really am having a hard time sleeping lately. So I am going to commit to my 30 days of copying Mikkel, right? Because good leaders copy other leaders. And every single night when I watch her stories or when I catch them, she has this super, mellow, vibing song on. And she's just sitting there with her kids going crazy. And she's making her sleepy tea and skinny tea together. She makes it together and she has her little thing about sleepy tea and, skinny tea, and she's sleeping and getting skinny at the same time. Like, who is not attracted to that? I know I am, right? So I'm going to commit to just kind of showing more of the products because I think sometimes we get lost in those, 2 things that we like, but there's just so much more that we can offer everybody else around us. And so if we can be a little bit more versatile in that, he's going to probably want a whole another bottle, babe. Then that's really going to be beneficial. So next thing is your degree of action. Okay. Once you decide that the goal is made, that you're going diamond, the devil is about to attack you hard. Okay. He's about to get in your ear. He's about to tell you that you're not worth it, that, X, Y, and Z is going to happen. I want you to prepare for your life to feel like it's crashing down at some point this month, because if you've made the decision, the devil is on you. Okay. But here's the flip side. When you know it's coming, you handle it with grace. Okay. And so you are already prepared. Life's going to crash at some point, right? But the goal is already made. The goal is that this month you're going diamond. The goal is that you stay up a little bit later and wake up a little bit earlier so that you can get your butt to diamond, so that you can prove everybody around you that you made this happen for you. Okay. And then by the end of the month, when the 25th hits and you're only 1,000 away and you're like, yes, I'm so glad I stayed up so late. I promise you, when you hit a goal, there's no regret on those late nights. There's no regret on the husband, fight that you had, because you were making him pick up the extra slack because you're glued to the computer all day, right? Like, this is real life stuff. So when you hit that goal, you don't talk about those things anymore because you did it. But when you don't hit the goal, that's when you kind of get back on yourself. And it's that pattern that kind of takes you back and back and back until you do something called retreat, right? How many of you caught yourself in a retreat where you're, so overwhelmed, you feel like, you're failing at everything around you because you aren't giving anything 100%, right? Because of the devil, because he's in your ear and he's telling you, you're not worthy, you're not worth it, you can't do this, you're not a Mikkel, you're not Savannah, you're not bubbly, you're older, you don't have a college, all the things, right? And so you retreat. But I want you guys to recognize that retreat, latch into somebody else, just like Morgan said, that can really up your mindset. Tell them how you're feeling because they've felt it too. And then move on with massive action. Massive action includes going to power hours and not just sitting there browsing on Facebook, okay? Going to a power hour and messaging your butt off for 30 minutes. Going to, your trainings with an open heart and a notebook. I'm an ambassador diamond and I'm still writing notes, okay? And I'm still, every single Zoom that I take, I pull something in that somebody says and I apply it to myself, not just for my team, but for me. Okay. And that keeps you able to continue growing. I really want our team to remove the phrases slow month, slow season, small wins. Like that is crippling you and it's giving you a small mindset. Okay. This month, if I hear the word small anything, I'm going to just direct you to something bigger, because we are not playing small. We are playing huge. We are playing massive. And so when you come in with that mentality of, we're staying up late, we are getting up early, we're signing more this month than we've ever signed in our entire life. We might not know how. We're going to do the same exact efforts, just a little bit more, right? We're going to push a little bit harder. We're going to have a little bit more intention. And God's going to continuously bless us because our faith will continuously grow. Let's see. Yeah, I think honestly, guys, just getting your face on your story, going back to the basics of even just going live. How many of you guys forgot like what going live is about on Facebook, right? Like, I feel like that was just a dying trend. People don't do it anymore. Like, step out of your comfort zone. Every couple days, go live and share your story. Go live with a friend that you meet on one of these Zooms that inspired you. Ask them if they want to do something with you, right? Get creative. You guys are the owners of your business. It's not up to your upline to promote you. It's not up to anybody around you to give you distributors to get you to where you want to be. It's up to you. You make the decision, you decide, you show up every day. When the choice is made, the mindset's right, and what's going on between here is right, you will become unstoppable. But when everything else, and you come to, me, Morgan, Michaela, anybody in, in VIP leadership, and you're like, I'm doing all the things, but it's just not working. The question is, if you're actually doing all the things, right? And it's not working, it's something here. It's something in your own head that's telling you that you cannot do it, that you are not enough. It's that you can project all day long that, yeah, I'm going diamond, I'm going double. But then in that same breath, you have a thought of, well, maybe I am. If it happens. If I don't, then maybe I'll have to get a job. There's a plan B constantly in your head. Remove it. I remember when I got the full access from my husband, he said, I went diamond, and I told him, like, if I go double, will you let me quit my job? And he told me yes. And I went freaking balls to the walls, like fire, like gasoline on the freaking fire, because I saw at the end, I was like, I'm going to be home with my kids. I have his support. Like, we're going all in and we're going to do it. And so we did. And that's the same type of mindset that you can have for your own promotion this month. Put the gasoline on your fire. The fire's lit, and keep it lit. Don't keep it lit until June 7th when you haven't signed 5 distributors like you intentionally wanted to. And then you just give up for 2 weeks until the 25th when you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll push. And then you sign 10 distributors or 5 distributors from month's end on. And you're like, where have you been? Where's that hustle been all month long? Like, these are the cycles and the habits that I see within my own organization that I don't like. And I'm calling you guys out because you need to be called out to a higher level. If you from the 25th on are pulling in thousands of BV, where the heck have you been all month long? Point blank. Like, you should be doing that all month long, every single week, setting weekly goals. You should be working every single day. Like, it's the 25th on. Think of the hustle that you put into the business on those days. Like, I think of myself, the month that I went ambassador, I pushed every single day, like the last 5 days in the month. And I'm going to call myself out as well. I double, triple my volume enrollments from the 25th on, because we have that hustle and that urgency. We feel that time clock clicking away, right? But guess what? What if today was month's end? I want you to really think about that every morning when you wake up. Today's month's end, and I'm going to hit my goals, because if I don't, like, the clock starts over tomorrow. And so break down your chart to, I need 5,000 BV. There's 30 days left in the month. I need X, Y, and 150 BV to hit my emerald by the 25th of the month. I don't know if that's right math. I know it's not right math, right? But that's how I break it down, so that even if my team is doing absolutely nothing, I know my promotion is still going to happen because I did it. And then anything else that my team brings to the table, we're winning, right? We're getting there. So anyways, that's it. My baby's freaking out, so I'm going to go, but I love you guys.
That was so good. And I love that she was talking about working like it's the end of the month, because sometimes, guys, we see other people that are where we want to be, and you hear somebody say, "Hi, my name's Savannah and I'm an ambassador," and you're like, "I want to be an ambassador." But are you willing to do the things that an ambassador does? If you want to be a diamond, are you willing to do the things that they do? I can't run a marathon right now because I'm not willing to do what a marathon runner does. Could I do it if I showed up like them? Yeah. But I don't want, that's not what I'm doing right now. And so I am not running a marathon because I'm not putting in the work behind the scenes. And you don't just get up and run a marathon one day. Okay. You don't just get up and go diamond one day. It's the work that you do and the training that goes behind it that you have to show up like they do behind the scenes. You don't get the glory on Facebook without doing the grit behind the scenes that people don't see. So okay, Michaela, I just saw, there you are. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. There we go. And replace the spotlight. Okay, girl. This is my friend Michaela. We met at the ranch and she's awesome. So I was like, you have to share tips on here. Y'all are going to be blown away by her. So go ahead and go for it, girl.
Hey, you guys. My name is Michaela. I am 25. I'm dog mom. I have been with the business for 2 years for a second time, and I am a triple diamond leader. I actually want to talk about something that I talked about on our live, and this just kind of weighs on my heart because maybe somebody on here needs to hear it too, and I felt like somebody on my team directly needed to hear it, so that's why I went live on our team page for it. But I want to talk about a loss of a rank. So last month, actually, last month I lost rank of my triple diamond, and it was really like almost hard, but like it wasn't. I could have died, I could have cried, I could have walled up in a ball, but I didn't because I saw the bigger purpose. So I want to kind of talk about that, but I kind of want to go in hindsight of like what things led up to that. And not that there are any excuses or anything like that, but like they made me realize that like I am capable of more, that like I can't rely on anybody but myself for my business to be successful. And so if you feel like you're falling short or anything like that, or if you feel like, if you lose rank, it's game over, it's not, okay? It's not game over. It is just the beginning. We go through valleys, we go through seasons in our businesses because it's not a straight shot up. It's never going to be a straight shot up. And that's what I knew what I signed up for when I joined this business is I knew it wasn't going to be a straight shot up. I knew that I was going to have valleys. I was going to have hills that I'd have to climb and literally tunnels to dig myself out of. And I was willing to go through all of the trenches and all of the seas to make these things happen. And so that's where I'm okay with the loss of a rank. That's where I'm okay because this month is going to change. This month, I'm going to regain that rank. This month is going to be a whole other level of fire and intention for my team and to set the pace that's going to literally just trickle in the months behind until the end of the year. And that's where we're going to have such an awesome end of the year. Like I'm super excited about it. End of April, my boyfriend actually, he almost like practically died. He went into the hospital and had a emergency appendix removed, and he was out of work for a couple of weeks. And you guys, without this business, we would have financially just drowned beyond words. And I'm just super grateful for this business. And had I not made that decision from the get-go to just do the things every single day consistently and put in the work, we would have just point blank died. We would have not been able to afford our bills. We would have been so behind. We would have just been in so much debt because of it. But because of this business, we were okay. We were okay for him to take some time off to heal and be safe and all the things. And that's what happens when you're consistent, when you put in the work and you have that faith in yourself and your business, that this is literally an opportunity that can take you all the way to your dreams. But the only thing like we've been talking about is it's here. You have to have that faith and belief in yourself. You have to level up your mindset in order to make these things happen and to have these changes where the business can literally just swoop in and save the day. Okay. And so that's what it's done for me. And like I said, I could have been super depressed and like curled up in a ball about my loss of a rank of losing my triple last month, but I'm not. I actually feel really good. I felt really excited. I ended up just ending the night with my niece playing some Uno and like eating some burritos, and it was so awesome because I didn't let that stress get over me because I knew what was going to be coming. I still fought for it, just saying. I still fought for my rank, but I didn't overwhelmingly like
kill myself over it, essentially, because I know this is a new month and I knew what we're going for this month. I know that I'm going to be on island. I know that our team is literally going to have the biggest month of it of all time and promotions that have ever happened in the history of my 2 years with this business. And it's just, I didn't come here to crumble. I came here to literally change lives. And when you put that perspective into other people and what you're going to be able to do for the other people, not just yourself, that's also what makes it more worth it. It makes you hungry to help more people level up, to help them level up and be able to, if their spouse has a accident at work or literally has their appendix removed and you are the only source of income, it's not going to kill you. And that's just what I wanted to share that was on my heart, because I know sometimes like we feel like maybe the top of the leaders, they have it all good because they are at the top, but we don't. We all go through life. We all struggle. We all have our valleys, our highs and lows. And whenever you don't look at comparing each other, left and right, and you just focus on yourself and your journey and your business, you're going to go so much further with it. Because if you're looking left or right, you're just going to sink. And then the other thing I wanted to share was to love on your team. Get together with your team. Get in that circle. We talked about circles and we talked about that community. That is huge. I know I wouldn't be here without the community of people I have in my circle and what we've been able to accomplish within our lives, our business as ourselves. And so, or me even as a person, because I look up to so many women on here and just all over that I've met with this business, Mikkel, Morgan, Savannah, like everyone. And they have allowed me to shape who I want to be. Like I have took things that I like. I love how Mikkel is just so articulate and just she just knows the Bible so well. And I want to be so like God-fearing in that sense, and that's where I have come to see that I can mold the woman I want to be through these other women. And that's why I love the community that we have here. And not only that, you guys, like power hours are super huge for our team and I love them. And that's what gets us super pumped. Like for me, I get so much focused working and just doing it with my team makes things so much more powerful. Like it lights a fire within your tribe. And so getting together with your team, or even if it's in person, that's even better because that's going to be more exciting for them to connect with you and get on that level of your excitement. They feed off of your energy. So that's something super important. And then the last thing I wanted to share is that your team follows your lead. So just like last month, I fell short of my goal. I missed my rank. My team kind of followed. I had other people crumble along with me, and that's not something I wanted to happen, but it's going to happen because they follow your lead in what you're doing. And so this month, like I said, we're going to step it up. We're going to change the pace. We are going to level up and we're not going to allow the past, affect our future and what's going into this month. We're going to literally just mold and change how we are going to make our June and just have so many freaking promotions. Like I'm so pumped for it. But that's essentially what I wanted to share. And that consistency and hard work is going to get you so far with this business, you guys.
I love that so much. And did y'all see how many times that she said, like, we're going to have the best month ever? Like, do you hear like all the stuff that she's claiming? Does she know that she's going to have the best month ever? Like, can she see into the future? No, but she's claiming those things. So how do I know that she's going to have the best month ever and that she's going to the island and that her team's going to kill it? Because that's what she's talking about. That's what she's saying. And that's what she's going to believe because what is it? Your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts. It's from the book Winning the War in Your Mind by Craig Groeschel. So if your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts, where's Michaela going this month? To really nice places, up. Like she's doing a lot of cool things. Okay. So if you want to move in the direction of your strongest thoughts, be careful of the things that you're speaking over yourself. Does your inner thoughts sound like Michaela or do they sound completely different? Because I know that was a huge challenge to me, like listening to her talk. I was like, I need to start saying all those things. Like, let's go. She's not focused on what happened. She's focused on where she's going. She's not looking backwards and just staying stuck. She's looking at where she's headed and she can control that. All right. Last but not least, we're going to talk about some vision. We're going to talk about some just getting excited and staying focused on what you want to do. So Mikkel is going to talk about that with us. I think, can you unmute yourself? There we go. Go for it.
Okay, I am so very excited. I feel like Morgan already just said everything so perfectly in the beginning. And so I'm just going to kind of go a little bit more in depth and expand just on vision. I have so many thoughts in my head. So I'm just like praying that like Heavenly Father guides my words and that I am going to say what I meant to say, and what someone needs to hear. But when people would talk about this, when people would talk about vision, and we do, like we do dream boards, right? We talk about where we want to go. Sorry, I don't know how to like turn the notification off on my computer when I get a text. Anyways, we're fine. But we talk about expanding that vision and knowing where we want to go. And that has always been the hardest thing for me. That has always been so hard for me. And I learned why. And if any of you guys have been, I mean, we've all been like through, like hard times, difficult situations. And for me personally, I've been through a lot of abusive situations. And when we go through like that hard time and it's like we feel that pressure, right? Like we feel that weight on us and it forces our focus to narrow. And so our focus narrows into just like one step in front of the other. And so sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like, okay, today I'm just putting one step in front of the other. But when we are able to have that long-term vision, that changes the game. And so tonight I want to challenge every single one of you guys to expand your vision. Think about where you want to be, not just in the next month, not just in the next year, in the next 5 years. What do you actually want your life to look like? I mean, think about it. I don't see any, really, I don't know how to say this, but like we're all young, right? We have so much time. We have so much time. I don't care if you're in your 50s, 60s, you have so much time. And this business allows us the freedom to breathe a little easier at first, right? We all start for that, like $500 a month, a couple thousand a month to breathe a little easier. And so then we have more freedom that way, but then we're making enough to where we have so much more time. And when you have that freedom of time, you're able to realize like, okay, what is this freedom of time for? What do I want my life to look like? What am I meant to do? What are you meant to do with your life? And when you are able to have that perspective shift of this is what I want my life to look like, this is what I want to do with my life, you realize that this business is the vehicle to allow all of those things to happen. Have you guys seen that video? It was like going around on Facebook a while ago. I know it's been on TikTok where like it shows like the moon, right? And like the moon is like big and you're like, oh, that's so big. And then it like expands and like you see the earth and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so small compared to the earth. And then it like zooms bigger and you're like, holy crap, Jupiter is like freaking huge. And then it goes to the sun and you're like, what in the world? And it goes to like the whole galaxy and you're like mind effed. You're like, what in the world? That is expanding your vision. That's what it feels like when you're able to say, okay, I want to go diamond to like, this is what I want my life to look like, right? So I want you guys to attach a lifestyle to the rank. So think about the lifestyle that you want to be living. Think about 5 years from now. What do you want your life to look like? And I want you to think about this truly with what your heart tells you, with what you really want, not what you think makes sense. I don't want you to think about this vision that you have of your life based off where you are now and what makes sense to go for. Truly, if there were no limits, if there were no barriers, if there were no financial issues, if there was nothing holding you back or weighing you down, what is that calling in your heart? What do you want your life to look like 5 years from now? What is that income going to take to make that happen? And then that's the rank that you go for. That's your goal. Because diamond, like that's great, but what does that mean? Right? It's the lifestyle that's attached to that. It's the meaning that you attach to that. Does diamond mean that you get to come home from your job and you get to spend more time with your newborn? That's what you hold on to. Is going triple diamond, is it that you're going to get to retire your fiance or your spouse or whatever it is and have more time together and cultivate and develop that relationship? Like, what do you want your life to be like? Because exactly what Morgan said, like you're going to quit on $3,000, but you're not going to quit on the life that you want to be living and you deserve to be living. And when you expand that vision, for me, there was always this like I could almost feel it. It was like this tether, like holding me back of like, okay, I want that. That'd be nice. But like, that's not possible for me. And when I realized that in order to believe that that was possible for me, I had to believe the Lord when I had to believe him. I had to not just believe in him, but I had to believe him, right? We know, we see it. We see Ambassador or Savannah as ambassador. We see, you know, Christy's double ambassador. We see all of these incredible incomes. We know it's possible, but do you believe it's possible for you? You have to take it personally. You have to take the promises that the Savior has made to you personally. Do you believe, we believe he's love, right? We believe that he wants greatness for us. We believe that we're made in his image. We believe that, you know, we're made for more, but do you believe that that's meant for you? And that is where an element of faith comes in. And I always say this business comes down to work and faith, right? All of these things that we've heard about charting and getting with your teams, that is so crucial because that goes to the work. You can't have one without the other. But vision, knowing where you're going in your life, knowing what you want this business to do for you, and believing that it's possible for you. That's the faith part. I had the most mind-blowing, amazing experience, and it was just such a blessing. And I was thinking about, you know, wealth and finances and all these things. And I was almost kind of having like a pity party moment, just stuck in that belief cycle of like, okay, well, it's not possible for me. And so I was joking with my mom. I was hanging out with my mom. I was joking with her and I was like, I'm just going to become a gold digger and marry just like this, like super like wealthy guy, just like as a joke. And, you know, we were laughing. And then I was like, why, wait, hold on. I can do that. I'm going to do that. And so married for money. And it was totally like out of joking, but it was like a reality check for me. I was like, wait, why am I even joking about this? That's stupid. If I want something, I'm gonna go and get it. If I want a better life, I'm gonna go make it happen for myself. And so my mom and I, we just started talking, and it was honestly like the Lord just started downloading my life. We started talking about, you know, just the things that I want to do. And honestly, a conversation with Morgan at Winter Circle sparked this. She was just talking about her assistant and how she had an assistant, and like the Spirit just like resonated that in my heart. And it totally expanded my vision because I was just like, oh, duh. Like, I want to do that. I can do that. I'm going to get to a place where that's possible, and I'm going to do that. And so I started telling my mom about that. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can totally see that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have an assistant, but wait, I'm going to have like a full-time assistant to do like everything. And I'm going to have a full-time assistant, and then I'm going to have a housekeeper, like probably a live-in housekeeper. And I'm going to have a big old gorgeous bougie house. And I know exactly what color scheme I'm going to use to decorate it with. And I know exactly what my fridge is going to look like. And I know exactly what my bedroom is going to look like. And it is gorgeous. But I'm going to have a whole like apartment, like house basically in my house for my housekeeper. And she's going to cook every single one of my meals. And she's going to be like in the movies where she comes out and she's like, oh, would you like a snack, Mrs. Diaz? And I would be like, I would, thank you. Like, it's totally going to be like that. And she's going to be, she's going to cook my meals. She's going to like, just like clean up. She's going to be like my full-time housekeeper. And I'm going to, and she's going to, and then my assistant is going to schedule like my days, the schedules for my boys, like literally everything. And then I have felt called to do this for a while. And I've kind of had like the pull, but it just like hit me like a ton of bricks. I have no idea what it's going to be about. I have no idea when, but I'm going to write a book, and it is going to go big, and I'm going to tour the world speaking about it, and it's going to go massive. And I want you guys to know. So, sorry, I'm going all over, but I'm just like, I'm so freaking hyped. Pam. So we had a Zoom with Pam. It was like a year ago now, I want to say. And she was talking about, you know, like different network marketing companies and like the average incomes, right? Like the highest average incomes and things like that. And you guys know, like one of the highest incomes of a network marketing business, she didn't say which one, but like this ever been done, is $2 million a month. Did you guys know that? Like, did you straight up know that this compensation plan in this business is designed to pay you out $1 million a month? $1 million a freaking month. So what the heck are we doing playing with 300? Like, your life, you guys don't even understand this. Your life can be so much bigger than you ever imagined possible. It is meant to be so much bigger than you ever imagined possible. And as you put in the daily things, as you put in these monthly things, and you work with your team, and you get up the host a post, and you send out the messages, and you do those things, and you hit goal after goal, what you're meant to do with that will be revealed to you. I did not start this business on day one saying, ooh, I'm going to hire an assistant full time and have a housekeeper and write a book and tour the world and be famous. Like, that is not what I started this business with. I did not start with that vision, but I grew it. It started with $300 a month. It started with the moon. And then I saw that was possible. And I was like, oh, dang, well, if I can do that, I can do 2,000. And then it went to the earth. And I said, if I can do 2,000, I can do 20,000. And then it went to Jupiter, right? And with every level that you hit, your vision expands. And so if you can get ahead of the game, if you can know what you want, like, that's what you attach the income to, right? And I want you guys to understand and to know, because for me, it's always, there's just been so many limiting beliefs by others placed on me, that if you ask the Lord for help, he will help you shatter those ceilings. He will help you cut those cords. He will help you break those chains around you. That the beliefs of insecure people to make themselves feel better have placed on you. Because I can tell you that the limiting beliefs you have are not from you, and they are not from God. They are from others, and they are from the devil, and they have no business holding you back. You are meant for a life greater than this. And anyone who tries to hold you back should feel your wrath. You are meant for greater. And allowing anything less and settling for anything less than the biggest life that you can imagine is doing yourself, and it's doing Heavenly Father a disservice. He created you for greatness. And so why would you are capable of greatness? And I think sometimes you just need to hear somebody tell you. You know it in your head, it's true, but sometimes you just need someone to tell you. And so pretend that I am looking at you. I am talking to you. I'm talking to Crystal. I'm talking to Ashley. I'm talking to Stephanie. I'm looking at you in your eyes. You are capable. You are good enough. You are strong enough. You are meant for more than this. And you are being prepared now and have been prepared for the greatness that is coming. Think about everything in your life that has led up to this. Think about everything that is happening now. And instead of thinking of them as barriers, think of them as the things cultivating you and preparing you for the greatness that is ahead. Because I can promise you, if you stay consistent, if you do not give up, a greatness is ahead of you that you can't even fathom right now. Because God only deals in greatness. God only creates perfection. God only creates miracles. And so to settle and believe that you are anything less, that's not faith. That's doubting. And fear is the opposite of faith. You are meant for a greater life than this. And so imagine the biggest, boldest, most beautiful, abundant life that you can think. Want it. Let yourself want it. And then let yourself work for it. Because as you put in the work and as you put in the faith, God will show up in massive ways. God will show up and he will move those mountains and he will create those miracles and he will bring those people to you. If you are just open to receive his blessings, he wants to bless his children. He wants to give you this future. He wants to give you these miracles so bad. Sometimes I feel like God is just like, oh, okay, just have like a little bit more faith. Just like do this one thing. I have this amazing blessing. I have this person that I've been preparing to come to you. I have this blessing. I have this income. I have these people that I'm preparing and I want for you. Just do this so that I can just dump it on you, please. He delights in blessing his children. So let him receive that. Be okay with that. Be okay with wanting a bigger, greater life and be okay with working for it. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is to prime your environment to hold on to that vision. Think about, Morgan mentioned at the beginning of this Zoom that it's not just about being fired up now, but it's about creating that all month long, right? And so I had this moment where it was just like downloaded to me and I'm like, holy crap, like I know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. Like I know what my life is going to look like. This is going to be so big and so huge. I'm 26 years old. I have so much time. Why not? And I was so on fire and I was so excited. And then I woke up the next day and all this stuff started happening exactly like Savannah was saying. And I was like, oh, dang, I got to protect this. I got to protect this mindset because your vision and your mindset is your most valuable asset. Protect it at all costs. Think about the things that keep you feeling good. And then think about the next month and create your life, Create the next month, create your daily routine accordingly. What makes you feel good? What makes you, because you guys know it, right? If we've got some brand new newbies on here, I know I do, people literally who started 48 hours ago, but if you've been in for like a hot minute, you know when you're in it, right? Like, you know when you're in the flow, you know when you're inspired and you're feeling good and you're like, hey, I'm putting in the work, I'm excited, I'm doing the things, you know what that feels like, right? Can I get like head nods or like thumbs up, or like, do we know what this feeling is, right? This like excited, like movement, you feel the movement, you feel the flow. What are the things that you've done or the things that have happened that have gone on around that to make you feel that way? This speaks to having that community and that culture, having these conversations, staying connected with these people. Is it, going and working out? Like, what does your day have to look like to keep you in this good mood? Really, what do you have to do to keep yourself in this positive space? You guys, I am going through right now, full disclosure, I'm going through my second divorce at 26. It is not a fun time. It is not a good situation. But today I had one of the best days I've ever had. I have been so excited. I've been so freaking happy. And guess why? It's because I've been priming my environment to protect my vision. This morning I woke up and I went kickboxing. I went to my kickboxing gym and I had so much freaking fun, and I died and I feel like I'm half dead, but I did it, and it made me feel so good. And then I came home and I ate my favorite Asian chicken salad that makes me feel so good and so healthy. And then I had my greens. And then I started Winning the War with Your Mind by Craig Rochelle, because Morgan has been talking about it so much. I was like, all right, this, like, I got to do it. And I started that. And literally in the first chapter, I'm in tears and I'm like, oh my God, she was right. Like, it's so good. I did my personal development. And then I got my charts out. I got my charts ready, right? I updated them all. I picked my key players. I got my chart set. I knew where I was going. And so I felt clear. I had that trajectory. I knew where I was going. I knew the people I was working with. And so I felt just like so clear and so good. I got on a FaceTime with my girl who I'm helping take Diamond. And I'm like, yes, like I feel this. And then guess what? I put my phone down and I spent like 2 hours playing with my kids. And then I put them down and got on the Zoom. That is like the best day. That is like the best day. I did things for me. I did things to give me energy, to fill me up. I played with my kids and I worked my booty off. What do you have to do to prime your environment to stay feeling good, to stay feeling in this movement, to stay feeling in this vision? Because we can't control everything that happens to us, right? There are going to be ups and downs that we can't control, but we can control what we surround ourselves with, because what we surround ourselves with, we become. We do. So if you are, instead of reading personal development, spending 3 hours binge watching a show on Netflix, your business is going to reflect that. But if instead you are spending that time in personal development, or spending that time, sending messages, or like whatever it is, like whatever you have to do to feel good, do those things. And it's going to require discipline, and it's going to be the best thing that you ever do for yourself, because it's going to keep you in that vision, and it's going to keep you on that movement pathway. And I know I went way over, and I'm so sorry. Sometimes I just can't shut up, and it's fine because the words just start flowing. But knowing where you're going, attach that lifestyle to the rank. Imagine the biggest, boldest, most beautiful life that you can imagine. And I can tell you, God doesn't place a dream in your heart if he hasn't already prepared a way and a plan to make it happen according to your faith and according to your effort. If you can imagine those things, if you feel those things come up in your heart, when I say, what do you want your life to look like 5 years from now? And the things that start like popping up in your mind, you're thinking about it, guess what? They're popping up in your mind because they are meant and can happen if you do the things necessary to make them happen. So, the end.
That was so good. I don't think any of us are complaining that you went over. I think we're all like, I know my jaw, I was like, oh, I need to shut my mouth. I'm just sitting here looking like an idiot. Good thing my thing isn't spotlighted. That was amazing. Okay, I can't think of any other way to end this without just like, will you pray for us and just close us out? Okay, I'll ask you to unmute. I just feel like that's the best way to end this, because I have nothing else to say and I don't want to try to follow that. So just close us out in prayer and we'll be done.
Okay, I'm here for it. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for this incredible opportunity, for inspiring Morgan to bring us together and to have this time to elevate our circle and to have these conversations and to start this month off right. We are so grateful for thy spirit and thy hand in our business. Father in heaven, as we are looking forward for this month, we know that we have been brought to this business and this opportunity at this time with this people on purpose. We know that it is thy plan and thy purpose for us to be successful. We know that we are meant for greatness. Please, I ask that everyone on this Zoom, that their hearts and their minds may be open and able to receive that they may be able to release and surrender the self-limiting beliefs and the pain of others and the chains that others and the devil have wrapped around them to stop them from believing it. I ask that their hearts may be open, that they may believe in full faith that they are capable, that they are great, that they are meant for more, and the faith and the capacity to believe that you are going to help them with that as they put in the work and they put in the faith, that they may be blessed, that the visions and the dreams that they have in their heart, that they may believe that they are not only possible, but they are possible for them. And they will be filled with the energy and the vision, the excitement to pursue that and to pursue their potential. Their potential is unlimited. It is eternal. And I bless that, or I ask that that would bless them, that they would know that. We are so grateful for this opportunity. We ask that as we continue this month, that as times get hard and as ups and downs happen, that we will remember what we felt here tonight, and that we may be able to lean on that and surrender to that, so that we can continue to put in the work necessary to achieve our goals and our dreams and everything that we are meant for. We are so grateful. We are so grateful for each other. We're so grateful for you. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your night, an awesome week, and let's kill the month of June. We got this. Bye, guys.